we're going to jump right into it. Simple systems and tech tools to run a modern printing business. So imagine this for a second. You decide to start a brand new printing business. All right, you're printing custom shirts, maybe for your friends, out of a spare room in your house. All right, over time, your business starts to grow, and you start taking on big orders. And what normally happens is this: a problem ends up showing up. And we're going to talk about this problem. This problem is really, when we first start our business, it's fine if we decide to do, like we run it without no systems, no processes. It's fine if we decide to start taking orders, but as soon as our business starts to grow, we start getting more customers, start hiring people, it becomes chaotic. And I know this because that's what happened to me. And I'll share some of the stuff that happened to me and how I fixed it using simple systems and technology tools. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Think about this for a second. Why did you become a decoration professional, right? Let me tell you a little bit about me. So my wife is here. She was pregnant at the time, about 8 years ago, and we was working regular jobs. And she said, hey, how about we start doing onesies and stuff for our kids, right? And I actually told her, no, I didn't want to do it because we had a pretty good job. We had like professional job making more money than we probably wanted more money, but we was making good money, right? But she was persistent, hey, let's do these onesies for our kids and stuff like that. I started helping her out. And I went to YouTube to see how to make T-shirts. And I was like, whoa, there's an opportunity here to make money on this thing. So it started out as a hobby at home. We got a heat press, eventually got into a manual screen printing, and then auto, multi-auto. We ended up selling the business over time, and then we started something else. But in the process, we went through a lot of pain, right? A lot of pain because, one, we just started with through sheer passion and try to figure everything out. But while I was going through it, I kind of stepped back, and because I had a lot of background, just like running other business for other people. I had some studies and systems and process. I'm like, why am I doing this through sheer passion? Not just sit back, think, and systematize this. And once I started doing that, then I started seeing a big transformation in our business, grow quickly, a couple of autos within a couple of years, and end up selling the business and making some cash. So I'll share some of that. So think about why you started your decoration business. For us, it was freedom. We had a good job. I could have kept it. It was freedom. It was freedom to do what I want, freedom to travel, freedom to do stuff. Actually, it's applying itself right now because we actually live all over. We literally we live in South Florida, we live in Mexico. We just spent the whole month, just came from Europe. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just saying how we've been able to build our business. It gives us a bunch of freedom to just do what we want. And I'll share some of that. That may not be what you want, but I know one thing that's probably a lot of us have in common is we want to use T-shirt business or the T-shirt thing to make money, help out our customers. And I think a lot of us are here because of that. And our presentation here could help you with that. So I know a lot of us didn't start a T-shirt business to become a tech geek, or you don't have specialized training on building systems and processes. And it's not a bad thing, because why would you know how to do that? Unless you go through the fire or you've been through school to do that, most people you wouldn't expect for somebody to do that, right? So when we start our business through sheer passion, wanting to build something. But one thing you're going to need to really build your business to where you could achieve your goal and achieve your dream outcome is using systems and process, and also applying technology to make sure that you could achieve what you need. So let me tell you guys a little bit about me. For you guys that don't know, my name is Gavin St. George. So I owned a screen printing shop for 7 years. close to 8 years. We ended up selling that business. I was a general manager for a major corporation for about a decade. That's where I learned a lot about using systems and processes and just using technology and to like grow a business really fast. Have a degree in management information systems. Again, that helps me through systematized businesses, and also the founder of Steps.io, which is a tech-enabled art solution for screen printing shops. I'll tell you guys more about that in a bit. So let's talk about systems, processes, because we all know systems is important, right? To run your business, everybody says you need systems and processes. But how do you do it? Like, how do you build systems and processes? Because we all know it's important, right? How do you build it in a way where it's simple for you and for your staff? We'll be talking about some of that here, when I first started, I really made it heavy in my mind, thinking it was going to be this major thing that I had to like do. But after doing it like on a entrepreneurial venture, it's really not that hard once you really shift your mind, right? And I'll actually show you some of the systems that I built towards the end so you could see how you could build your own system in your business where you could have templates and frameworks to build it. All right, so you won't just hear me say it and I'll show you. It's really simple once you really start to understand how to build it and how to get everybody involved in your company to build it. Simple systems. In order to build simple systems, you're also going to need to apply some technology, right? And technology is scary for a lot of folks. If you don't have a technology degree, you may want to kind of like ignore it. But it's not that hard if you, again, shift the way that you think about it and also just know which technology to use and which technology to ignore. I'll share some of the technology tools that I use to where you could do this where it's not overwhelmed. And if you're, let's say, not a millennial or you're a little bit older, I know it could get scary with the technology. So I'll share some super, super easy technology tools that you could use and your team could use where what you really want as a shop owner, I think a lot of shop owners, when I talk to them is, well, obviously they want to make money, but they also want to build something that they enjoy and it's not like overwhelming, right? And a lot of time what happens if you don't have a path or you don't have some guidance, it could get overwhelming really fast. So hopefully you get a lot of stuff from here that could help you out. When you start thinking about systems, or when you start wanting to go down this path of like systematize your business, systematize some of the areas in your business, you really have to do this, what is called systems thinking. It's really like everybody's a little bit different in the way that they see the world and think, right? A lot of people see the world through analytics, and some people see it through more, they feel the world, right? If you're more on the analytic side, this is going to be a lot easier for you because your brain's already made this way, right? But if you go through the world feeling the world, it may be a little bit harder to systematize things because your brain doesn't work that way. But it doesn't mean it's impossible for you to do it. It's just like you're not naturally built for that. Some people see things as systems, process. Think about it. All you guys hear because of systems and processes. You happen to be in this room sitting where you are because of system processes. Think about it this way. So I'm up here. Impression wanted to put this event because they know there's a demand for this. You guys want education, and Impression wants to provide this to you. So Impression put out a call for, hey, who wants to speak to talk about this? And the way they did that is created something. Maybe put a post. Step 1, maybe put an application. Step 2, filter out the speaker. Step 3, and then they chose some speakers. For you guys, right, that's here, they put out something. You guys have to register for it. They book the room. All of these are different steps, and it happens. So now what Impression has is something that they could repeat all the time, every time, right? And they don't have to think about this. Next year, they're going to have the same thing. The year after that, it's the same thing. And they may tweak it a little bit. That's what you could be doing in your business. once you set your systems, right? You could get orders, make things move faster because you have a streamlined way of doing it. Systems is everywhere as long as you start to look for it and you know how to use it, and your mind is trained to see it.